It is Memorial Day, and I have my shirt on. So, excuse me. I want to thank all of our service people out there. We really appreciate you. My favorite one is Sam Hartwell. He's Scott's son, and he served in the Army, and we just love him, of course. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all can have hamburgers and hot dogs today, which is the normal fare. I don't always fix the normal fare for holidays. I'm just different. So today is chicken tikka masala because it's one of Scott's favorites. And I have this new little camera holder, and this is the first time I use it. So you'll notice my hair is different too. I'm going to give you some life hacks around the way. This is a wig. I like them because you don't have to fix your hair. You can get them on eBay for like 40 bucks. It's way cheaper than getting your hair done, and this one's like 2 years old, and I love it. So anyway, that's that. So I've done a lot of this ahead of time to save some video minutes. You take 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of chicken. Thighs work really good, but I had breasts, so you cut them up in little pieces, all about the same size. I'm going to put the recipe in the comments. It's a little involved. I haven't made it but like 3 or 4 times, so I've tweaked some recipes to make it user-friendly. And you can see them hanging up here because I have to refer to them. So, one of the I'm going to put you back to the stove. Okay. I think you're there. Alright, so you first make a marinade, and it uses Greek yogurt and some Indian spices, curry and stuff, and it's kind of goopy. So you cut your chicken up, put it in the bowl, put your, let it set for like 20 minutes. If you don't have an instapot, you need to get one. I have Basmati rice cooking in the instapot. It's behind us. You just put it in there with water and hit rice, and it cooks while you're doing everything else. And we have, look at this, a whole pot of sliced onion and garlic. And I want to show you all this big, see this big piece of fresh garlic? Like, my friend gave it to me yesterday. Ooh, you're bouncing. She gave me a ton of perennials too, which we're planting in the backyard after we eat lunch. And she had this big garlic thing, and I'm like, whoo, yeah. So you mince up some garlic, and I mentioned a chopper hopper the other day. This is a chopper hopper, and if you don't have one of those, they're like 10 bucks. You need to get one, and that's usually what I cut: garlic, onion. You know, if it says minced anything, I'm not mincing anything. I put it in there. And when I made the meatloaf the other day, I should have used this instead of having all those big chunks, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I've cooked the chicken. It's over here, and let me move the phone so you can see it. There it is, bubbling in all that marinade. Some recipes tell you to put it in, you know, fry it little bit by little bit, but I don't have time for that. So I just dumped the whole thing in there. This is my favorite cast iron skillet. This is another cast iron skillet that I have the onions in. If you don't have a mandolin, you should get one. If not, you're going to be cutting up a lot of onions. It's like 5 small Vidalia onions, or you can use 2 gigantic ones. I had small ones, so it's like 5 of them. Be careful with the mandolin because you'll cut your hand off, and I've done that a few times. They have this little thing you can poke in your vegetable and do it, but I don't have any luck with that. I'd rather cut my hand off. And one time I cut it so bad that I try to show you, but you won't even see it. I should have got stitches, but I had dinner to cut, so I didn't get stitches, and it took forever. Alright, so you got your chicken in here. kind of afraid I'm going to run out of storage area. You dump in all the onions. I used to be strong enough to pick the skillet up and just dump it, but I'm old now. So put in your onions, and most of the recipes call for 2 or 3 cloves of minced fresh garlic. I put about 12 in there because you know how I am. So you cook those until they're done. I don't know. Okay. You mix it all together. So in the marinade is Greek yogurt, cumin, curry, turmeric, ginger. It called for fresh ginger, which I have, but I didn't feel like it. So I used the stuff in a jar. And I want to show you another hack that I used. If it calls for a tablespoon, the lids to the spices, are a tablespoon to me. I don't want to dirty up a bunch of measuring spoons. So that's what I always use for a tablespoon. Put it in there. We got some salt and pepper in there, and we have a little bit of red pepper in there. If you like it really hot, put more than a little bit in there. It's just to taste. Okay, so after that's in there, take 2 cans of stewed tomatoes or puree, whatever you have, and dump it in there. This is stewed tomatoes, so they're a little big, so I'm just going to squish them up. I'll probably need a knife to cut them up. Diced tomatoes probably work a lot better. If I was smart, I would have put these in the Ninja before I dumped them in there. But, you know, I'm not all that smart. So like I said in one of the videos, we like to do some ethnic food. This is an Indian dish. The first time I made it, I had never ever tasted it, so I was like really nervous. But Scott likes it. So I just took a leap of faith, and I had to depend on him when it was done to tell me that it was good. And he said it was better than any Indian restaurant that he'd ever had. We do buy the naan, N-A-A-N. It's kind of a flatbread thing, Indian bread. It's really good. I don't make it because they make it in this big oven, and they make the little like round things, and they slap it up against the side of the oven to cook, and I ain't doing that. Well, I don't even have one of those ovens. So, alright, we got that all cut up enough. And you mix that, stir that up. Stir, stir, stir. And, oh, there's another chunk, but I'll have to cut that up by itself. Alright, once that's stirred up, usually I use all heavy cream, but I didn't have enough. I'm going to dump all that in there. You need like at least a cup or 2, you know, for me. So I'm going to use heavy cream and half and half. So usually I have more sauce than I do chicken and stuff. And so what I do after we're done eating is keep the sauce. And then when Scott wants more, I cut up some more chicken and put it in, air cook it in another skillet, and then add it to the sauce. This is, we're going to let that bubble a little bit. This is used with Basmati rice. You can use any rice. You can minute rice, long grain rice. You know, you can use rice-roni rice. Just don't put the packet of flavor in there. Whatever you have is what you're going to use. So once it's done, you put a little, I like to use pasta bowls. Put the rice in there and then pour the chicken on it. And dip the naan in the stuff. Oh, it's so good. Let me see. Am I forgetting to tell you anything? I don't think so. It might be a little overwhelming the first time you do it, but just go slow, take your time. It'll come together, and if you like Indian food and curry, and you will love this. So I sauteed the onions in a half a stick of butter and a little bit of olive oil. Put the minced garlic, and it was like super fresh garlic. However, if I don't have fresh garlic, I like this peeled garlic. I know the camera's moving, sorry. I like peeled garlic because I don't like to peel garlic. I don't like that garlic in a jar because it's just gross. So one thing that I want to tell you, another ethnic dish we're going to make pretty soon is sushi. You can make like $100 worth of sushi at home. It's not that hard. For about $30, $25. It depends on what you want. If you want, fresh tuna or salmon, it's going to cost you a little bit. Fake crab, we do that. Cucumber, carrot, whatever. But to be ready for me that day, you need to get some sushi rice, which will be at any grocery store. It's a really sticky rice. And, sorry, you need to get some seaweed. 1 pack of seaweed will work, and it's like super cheap. You can get a sushi making kit like we did on Amazon for like $20. So if you're interested in making sushi, then get your supplies ready. This is another thing. It's seasoned rice vinegar. I don't always have that. You can use white vinegar. You use it to season the rice with a little bit of sugar. We'll tell you about that when it happens. So that's about it for now. When the rice is done, the chicken's done, Scott's out planting flowers for me. So when he comes in, he's gonna love this. I let the chicken cook down a little bit so it thickens up. If I had had all heavy cream, it would have thickened up a whole lot sooner. And that's about it. So if you want to try something different, try some chicken tikka masala and let me know how you like it. Happy Memorial Day!